All right, today we're going to be going over the chest day tier list. What chest exercises are the best and which ones are ass. Um, so we'll just get straight into it. Looks like right here we got a dumbbell press. Definitely going to go to, we'll just say S tier, A tier, B, whatever. This exercise is great because you get a deeper stretch, or you have the potential to get a deeper stretch with your pecs than you would like a barbell bench, for instance. It's vouched for by a lot of guys, such as Jay Cutler, um, Dr. Mike. He loves it. So this is a really good exercise, especially for really building the muscle. Um, Also, it's just a perfect exercise. I mean, when you think of chest day, like this is one of the things you think about. For dumbbell press, I personally, when I do dumbbell press, I more use that for incline, and I like to do flat bench, um, just because we get more into the strength side of things with flat bench. It's one of the big exercises. And For me, it's just I'm a personal fan of it. But as far as pure bodybuilding, definitely dumbbell press S tier. Pure strength, I think bench press. That's just a personal opinion of mine. But yeah, here we got some cable flies. These are pretty goated. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Really good for getting that stretch and fatiguing the muscle. Um, I still think that putting it on the same level as dumbbell press feels a little bit wrong just because dumbbell press adds a lot more strength into the equation than this does. So this we're gonna go A tier. Um, Pec flies. Um, if you have the right technique, these are really beneficial and these are great. I personally love them. Um, I think I do like the cable flies a little more. I just feel the stretch a little bit more. I feel a little more free and a less like I feel like I can get the angle a little bit better for my chest. So this one we're gonna go B tier. It's good. I do it a lot, but I think B tier is solid for that. All right, this one. Machine is like the pec fly, but your arms are essentially like this. I don't really like it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. It does not feel right to me. I'd rather do this one, with my arms out like this. I tried it. I don't like it. To be honest, I hate it. We're gonna go into F tier with that one, um, just because I'm personally just not a fan of that. I've seen people do it, but I personally just hate it. I'm sure it's effective and all that, but it doesn't feel right. I don't see why you wouldn't do this option or this option, to be honest with you. So, okay, this exercise is something I've actually been seeing a lot more of lately. I personally don't do it, but I have seen people do it, and it gives a good stretch. I've actually heard good things about it. I personally don't do it just because I feel like there's a lot of better alternatives out there personally. Like, I mean, it's good and all that, but like there's so many goated chest exercises that I feel like just doesn't make the list of goat status. So we'll go a solid B tier, but you do get a really good stretch, and I've heard it's really effective. Um, but there's just so much better out there in my opinion. So, all right, bench press S tier. Um, I know a lot of bodybuilders may not be a huge fan of it just because you don't get as an effective stretch as the dumbbell press. But from a athletic perspective, strength perspective, I really like the bench press. Um, it, you build muscle with it, you build strength with it. It really gets your central nervous system in the equation, which is accounts for a lot of your strength. So I think it's really important. S tier, 100%. Actually, well, I'm gonna put it above dumbbell press right there. Just personally love it. Favorite chest exercise by far. And I just feel like people are more excited when you like for me specifically, I get more excited when I'm benching 405 than if I'm benching dumbbell press. Like 150s in each hand. I just like benching more. It's really like when you think of strength, people ask, "What's your bench?" The bench press, powerlifting. I really love powerlifting, and bench press is huge in powerlifting. I just think from a strength perspective, it's superior. And yeah, bench press S tier. Not much more to be said, to be honest with you. It's just a great exercise, great for building strength, building muscle, all that. Chest press, okay. Machine chest press. I personally love it. I like the see this one. These machines are good, but I like it. I like it. It's cool. You get some strength in the equation. You really gotta like set yourself right to feel it more in your pecs, from a bodybuilding standpoint. But if you do it right with right form, I truly think that it can be an A tier exercise. And just to be clear, like this is all my opinion. Obviously, people's opinions differ, but personally, um, for my values, I this is kind of how I set up the tier list. What I like, I really like strength, building muscle, taxing the central nervous system, and athleticism. So this is kind of what I'm going off of in my experience for those. Um, Dips, dips are great. For chest specifically, weighted dips. This one is assisted dips, but we'll pretend that these are weighted dips. So for weighted dips, I'm gonna have to go with. I'm on the verge of B tier and A tier right here. I'm gonna go A tier because if you do dips the right way, I really think that you can see a lot of benefits for your chest, with strength. Plus, you're getting your shoulders in it and stuff, and your triceps. I think it's a goated exercise. So we're definitely gonna go A tier with that. Push-ups. Push-ups are great, especially early on, but I feel like once you hit a certain limit, you really have to hit the weights to get results. And push-ups are amazing, but it once you get more advanced, you can do 100 push-ups like that and you don't even feel it. So I think we're gonna go with, oh yeah, this is perfect. Okay, if you have zero equipment, yeah. So I think it's a solid D tier. Hmm. I mean, for beginners, this thing's push-ups easily B or A tier, but overall, we're gonna put it in the D tier just because once you get to a certain point, they're not as helpful unless you're doing like 500 reps. You know what I'm saying? Decline bench press. I personally don't do it. Personally, think it's unnecessary. A lot of people agree. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in D tier. I mean, it's still like you're still getting that strength aspect, but just do a flat bench to be honest with you. It's really not necessary. It's yeah, it's not anything that the flat bench isn't going to do for you. So D tier. Personally, just don't think it's necessary. Um, and also heard this from many high level coaches, that have said the same thing. Like decline press isn't necessary. Just hit the flat bench. So we're going to put that in D tier. Not because it's a bad exercise, it's just because the flat bench is just superior and it's really not necessary to do. Okay. This is dumbbell press, but you have it vertically and you're going up and down. This is good for the inner area of your chest. I personally do like it. Um, I personally do. I think for this specific area of your chest, it's nice. But it's it's hard to. It's personally good. It's okay. I think it's good. So we're gonna go with we can find better. We'll stick it here. Um, I think that's a solid spot for that. So yeah. And then actually, let me fix this. What do we think? What do you think with these three? I think this is fair. This I like. This is fair. Um, this is this is fair. I don't know. Maybe we'll do this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Dumbbell flies. Last one. Um, these I like. These are okay. I personally would rather do cable flies or machine flies. Dumbbell flies are good though. It does bring a little bit of a strength aspect in it, and you got those free weights, so you're going more old school with it. I think they're okay, but I think we could personally find better. So I'm gonna go with solid B tier with those. They're good. I do think there's just better options out there. But yeah, I mean this is it, I think, right? Yeah. So this is our list for the chest day tier list. So we got our bench press, dumbbell press, and then if these were inclined as well, they would be on S tier. Um, and then we got cable flies. These are pretty goated A tier. Only reason they're not S tier is because you're not getting as much of a strength or central nervous system impact as much as you are these two. Um, chest press, this one's A tier, pretty solid. Dips, specifically weighted dips, pretty solid as well. Um, then we got the dumbbell pullovers. Um, these are okay. Get a good stretch with them. Seen a lot of guys who like them. Personally, don't do them just because I feel like in my chest day I could have better alternatives. Machine flies, I like them. Personally, like cable flies better though. But yeah, they're okay. They're good. I'll say they're good because there definitely is a use for them. Then we got the dumbbell press, the vertical dumbbell press. These are good, especially for the inner chest. However, I don't find myself doing them too often just because there's just better out there. That's all. Um, dumbbell flies. These are good for strictly like the just like the feeling and the stretch and the pump. I personally prefer cable flies over them, but they are okay. They're not bad by any means. I still find myself doing them from time to time, especially if I don't have access to a cable or anything. It's a great alternative, but it's all preference at the end of the day. Push-ups are great. They would easily be A tier if you're at the beginning of your fitness journey, like never worked out a day in your life. But once you get to a certain point, they're still good to do, but they're not as great as a lot of the other things of building progress for your chest specifically. Decline press is just not necessary. It's really just not necessary. Just do flat bench. You don't need to do decline press. It's not like it's really like I'd rather gyms take out all the decline press and just add another bench, to be honest with you. Um, so yeah, I don't really like it to be honest. But it's not F tier because like if you did do it, you're still getting strength. You're still activating your chest at the end of the day. You're still building muscle, still taxing the central nervous system. I just think it's a little unnecessary. That's all. And there's a lot of high level coaches that agree with me on that. I'm sure some of you may disagree, but I'm just telling you from my experience and what others have told me as well. And then the pec fly where you have your arms like this. I hate it. It's just so uncomfortable for me. I'd rather do so many other forms of pec fly, like dumbbell, the machine where you're out like this, the cables. So I put it in F tier. I also just have a personal hatred for it. I don't like it. But yeah, that's our tier list. If you guys want to get in shape this summer and you don't know where to look, go to my website, fitforall.com. The link is in the description. We provide workout programs for literally everybody and all fitness levels and all fitness goals. Whether you want to get shredded, whether you want to build muscle, whether you want to build strength, power build, lose weight, we got it all. We got stuff for women, men, everything. So check out our website and yeah, thanks for watching.